Here's PurpleFrog here. Let's play GeoGuessr. It's Friday? I think it's Friday. Regardless, we've been challenged by Wade. Wade is back for his 1865 portion of the American Civil War Challenge. He does warn me, though, that because not a lot happened in 1865, this does include some of the tail end of 1864, and that there will be more after this in terms of appendices and codas and the like. So here we go. We are starting at the Tibby Depot, which the name is very familiar to me. I don't know where it is, but it appears to be the remnants of a fort around here. I hope it's just the remnants because, well, maybe it's just really small. It could just be really small. I don't know that flag. It's the Austrian flag with some stars strewn about there. But if I knew it, I'd know where we are. CSS Georgia, the ladies' gunboat. The ladies' gunboat? I would love to read that. I'd like to take a moment to say thank you for your patience during the last 4 days with the top bar recorded incorrectly. The settings changed again and I didn't notice. And to Old Fort Jackson. Admission charged, enter here. Where, unfortunately, I didn't notice. I recorded 5 episodes of Isaac, the Friday update, and all 4 episodes of GeoGuessr, all with the bad stuff, and I didn't know. What can I say? There's really nothing else to say, other than I'm tired of the recording software doing that. But I've changed the recording mode, so it's not based on raw coordinates anymore. It actually ties to screens 1, 2, and 3, which is relatively new. I don't know when that happened, but it was somewhere in the last 3 years because I don't remember it. And I'm hoping it will work better. It's a National Historic Landmark. Yes, I realize this. I just don't know where Fort Jackson is. It's presumably on a river. This is now Woodcock Drive. Hopefully we're going to get it to a main street here. It's not looking like it. It's not looking like it at all. I can't go that way. This is Savannah East Term. Oh, Savannah. Well, if we're over down in Georgia, Savannah area, then I may know about where we are. But not exactly. I am a big fan of Savannah. If I had to move to the South, I probably would like it there the most, just because the accents are so juicy. Old Fort Jackson is exactly right. Yeah, we were, of course, in the parking lot. You're gonna dock me a point for that? Screw you, GeoGuessr. Casa. Oh, wait, shoot. Pretend I didn't do that. I forgot. Read after part 1. After capturing Atlanta, General Sherman convinced his superiors that he could advance through Georgia unsupported. The Army of the Tennessee was too depleted to challenge them directly, and by living off the land, they wouldn't need a supply line. For a month, they were cut off from communication deep in enemy-held territory, but at the very close of the year, they appeared near Savannah. The city was fairly well defended, but Union forces were able to storm Fort McAllister to the south, opening the river for supply and communication with the Navy waiting offshore. As they prepared to lay siege to the city, the defenders evacuated and the civilian leadership offered to surrender. Fort McAllister is out of the way and is poor street view, so we started by one closer to town, which was Fort Jackson. Right, round 2. Casa. We're on Columbia Avenue. The Carter House, the Lots House downtown, the Visitor Center. I'm assuming that's, of course, the President, Jimmy Carter, which means we are in Georgia again. Oh, there's a marker here. It is the Civil War Battle of historical. Actually, that's not historical. The last 2 words are historic sites. That doesn't seem like it's historical. I don't know, some sort of historical marker. Something happened there. On Columbia Avenue. We're this way because it seems like it's a town. It's a glass blowing studio. Like it. Big fan of blown glass, man. Why would you think I'd want to be here, GeoGuessr? Why would you think? Oh, yeah, let's move him to this Bob Henderson Street View. One little thing that won't load. That's exactly where he wants to be. You did it again! You son of a bitch. We'll just click the arrows through here, then. No offense to Bob Henderson. I'm sure your photosphere is fantastic. It's just not going to help me at all. It's the Carter House. It's that way. I don't want to go that way. I want to keep going on the road. There's a Porky's. Isn't that a movie? Buford Street. We're on the Tennessee 6. Boy, was I wrong. That may not be Jimmy Carter. 9th Avenue. Where does the Tennessee 6 go? I don't know. Where's my wife? She could probably tell me. Junction of the US 431, the Tennessee 6, the Tennessee 96, the Tennessee 246 secondary. Tennessee, where's the 431? There's a 411. What's the 411 on that guy? There's a 231. It's not Memphis. It is Nashville. All right, 431 and the Tennessee 96. There's the Tennessee 96. We're in Franklin, state thereof. There's the secondary 246 and the 96. There's 5th Avenue. I don't see the Saks. There's Columbia Avenue, which is the business 31. There's a park. There's a Thai place. I don't remember a Thai place by the park. There's a lot of empty space here. I'm going to say we were there, but of course we're going to look because we got cross streets. We have the magic of cross streets. We're right by Strahl. Strahl to our west. There's a lot of stuff down there. Let's go north. Are you Strahl? You're unnamed. Very well. That might be the unnamed. Oh, there's Strahl. By the Carter House. I'm going to click this. I don't normally want to click that. It doesn't give me anything other than it's the Carter House. Fine. Oh, you're going to dock me 4 points now. Getting saucy. I don't know what's up with the Carter House. Maybe it'll be part of the thing. I need to turn on my fan. It's getting down in there. It's only like 12 degrees outside right now, but warmer in the house. Part 2. Meanwhile, this means, well, you know, Sherman. Meanwhile, General Hood, in command of what remained of the Army of the Tennessee, sought to threaten Sherman's rear and supply lines. By starting the march, there was no longer a main supply line to attack, so Hood decided to move north. As he advanced through Tennessee with around 40,000 men, he faced the Union rear guard. General Schofield had 30,000 in Pulaski, while General Thomas in Nashville had 30,000 more. Hood had to trap and defeat Schofield and prevent the armies from linking up. He nearly succeeded at Columbia, but Schofield slipped past during the night and retreated here to Franklin. The Union defenders established a line on what was then the southern edge of this small town. Hood ordered a series of frontal assaults resulting in heavy casualties. The Confederates were able to take some portions of the defenses, but could not break through entirely. Schofield was once again able to withdraw north, and Hood had lost over 6,000 men to no result. It began on what is now an ordinary street, but was once along the main Union defensive line. Oh, interesting. Round 3, we're in the thick of it. Redoubt number 1, Confederate earthworks. Just off of Benham Avenue, just off of Benham Avenue. Okay. Looks like Tennessee again. Appalachia, maybe. Woodmont Boulevard. Let's see what's over the hill. I think this was the wise choice. My God, I made a correct choice for once. Maybe. Easter Sunday worship at the Woodmont Christian Church. I don't want to go that way, that's for sure. So we just got to figure out if we're getting north or south. We'll go south on Hillsborough Pike, which is US 431. I'm now in a parking lot because that's exactly what I wanted to do. Why would I want to be on the main thoroughfare when I could be on a parking lot? God, Google, you are so smart. 678 is your area code. No idea. I'm terrified to click forward. Woodmont must apparently be a town because that's nowhere near the actual being on Woodmont Street. There's a Starbucks, so we have arrived at civilization. I want there to be an expressway right down here. You know what I mean? bum. Tennessee 106. That'll do. 431, 106. We'll see if we find a Woodmont somewhere. Lewisburg. Belfast, Petersburg, Fayetteville. And then we're not in Tennessee anymore. Need to see a 106 here, please. Bethesda Road. Where does it go? Wow, it takes a weird trajectory through Nashville, doesn't it? No idea how it maneuvered there, but okay. And then we're not in Tennessee anymore. It's very confusing to me. Nowhere did I see Woodmont. Nor did I see the 106. What is this also called? It's the Tennessee 106 and what? Oh, come on. Don't do me dirty like this. US 431. That doesn't help. Oh, come on now. Hillsborough. That's right. Hillsborough Pike. Well, we're gonna find it, that's for sure. My only thought is it must go down the 41 through Nashville itself. It comes out on this side. It's 21st Avenue, which is 431. Which is Hillsborough Pike. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Otter Creek is a Crownfield, Chickering. Old Hickory. No, I mean we're kind of in this business here. Wait a minute, aren't I on Richard Jones right now? That's where I am right now. I went south to get here. I certainly don't remember doing that. Should have gone north. Alright, we're on Benham Avenue again. There's Benham Avenue. I think we went up to Stokes. No, we went down to Woodmont and then to Hillsborough. Should have gone north. As is per usual. The result was this battle a couple weeks later. Hood advanced towards the Union stronghold in Nashville, but didn't have enough forces left to assault the combined armies of Schofield and Thomas. For several days, the two armies sat there staring at one another until General Thomas ordered an attack. His plan was to probe the right with his less experienced troops while the main force swung around left and hit the Confederate flank. The diversion was ineffective, but the main attack was nonetheless able to overrun the fortified redoubts on the left of Hood's lines. Where you started was one of these, on the far western edge. The Confederates retreated to a new line anchored by hills at either end. The Federals attacked both the next day, and while Peach Orchard Hill on the right held out, Hood had to reinforce it. Meanwhile, the defenses on Compton's Hill were mispositioned and not enough to stop the concerted Union artillery bombardment and the assault that followed. After the hill was taken, Hood's left flank collapsed, and as night fell, the whole army retreated. The Army of the Tennessee had only around 15,000 left after these disasters. As you can see, Nashville's development has sprawled neighborhoods over almost every inch of the battlefield. Only a few sites like the hill and the redoubt have survived. We're on a siege road. If this story doesn't involve a siege, I will be disappointed. Was east the way? Well, there's some fortifications here. That was a holdout place. It was not very big. Site number 3. Get your audio guide. That will be provided shortly. Oh, you appear to be in a national park. State park, perhaps. I'd like to go forward, please. Oh, it's like bikes. Not even cars. Is this bike view then? More battlefields. There's a car there. Very confusing. Maybe the one car is one way and bikes the other way? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about battle site markers. Like, I like the history of it, but at the same time, are we glorifying war? And should we? Is it stuff that should just be in a museum? But then you're like, would people learn about it if it's just in a museum? If it's only in a book? In this climate, the answer to that would be no. 20 years ago, I don't know what the answer to that question would be. That makes me feel like an old guy on my porch. But I do wonder about it. I generally am anti-war anyway, so... Looks like we're going in circles! There's new signage, at least. It helps comfort me a little. Okay, that doesn't help. It's at least a bigger road. It's South Crater Road. Aha! Just off the 95-460. On the road to Norfolk, Virginia. Rocky Mountain, North Carolina. On the other side. There's 95. And the 460. Where they meet, it's Happy Land, Petersburg. Powerful land, I don't know. Is that not 460? Yeah, it's 460. And US 301. There's 301. I'm very confused about where this might be. I bet it's over here. Yes, South Crater Road. St. Joseph Cemetery? It's not Siege Road. Siege is much bigger. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's around the crater. And I think much like my normal choice, had I started somewhere else, yeah, I would have been better off going the other way. Back east, the siege of Petersburg has been going on for months. Grant had seen how difficult it was to take an entrenched position, but Lee's forces were being stretched thinner by the day. There had been numerous attempts to sever the rail connections around Petersburg, some of which succeeded. Slowly, the siege lines were lengthened, drawing further west. Lee attempted one last gamble to break out through the Union lines, losing troops he could ill afford to. Then at 5 Forks, just to the west, General Sheridan's detachment defeated General Pickett's force guarding the rail junctions supplying Richmond. The next day, Grant ordered an assault along the whole line, and as it began to fall apart, Lee pulled back and abandoned the city. We're now on the Virginia 24. And River Ridge. Well, there's cars going this way. Appomattox Courthouse, National Historical Park. I bet it's in Appomattox, Virginia. I don't remember what part of Virginia that's in, though. North side, south side, east side, west side? If I got in the Battle of Manassas. 24. Might be able to find 24. Was so close. It's not this far west. Where are you, Appomattox? Damn it, I don't remember. Well, one of those situations where I know exactly where we are, but I have no clue where we are. There's a Charlotte courthouse. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. I have a tip. Go to the big map. Search for Appomattox? That seems cheating. Boy, there's a lot more stuff on this map. This was Nighty that suggested doing this. So it's not cheating, it's just using your resources. There's 22. Hey, 22! So we're back to one of the best movies in the 90s, of course. There's 24. There's Appomattox. Okay. So it's down here. It's 24 in the 460. If I put my marker here, will it be there when I go back to the other thing? Probably not. I have to close this. Go back. No, of course not. 460. There it is. Appomattox Courthouse, National, blah, 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 blah. Where's the ridge? Ridge. Rock Ridge. I'm going to assume that's Rock Ridge. It's a good assumption. Lee's only hope was to join up with General Johnston, still operating against General Sherman in North Carolina. Somehow defeat Sherman, then turn and do the same to Grant. His army withdrew to the west, pursued by Grant's entire force. Worn down by the months-long siege, Lee's army could no longer face its opponent in open battle. Supplies were also critically low, and some were captured by Union cavalry during the retreat. At 3 p.m., April 9th, Appomattox Courthouse, Lee and Army of Northern Virginia surrendered. The remaining Confederate armies would all surrender in the next couple of months. And that's the end of the American Civil War. Apparently there's more. We're getting appendices and indexes and charts and graphs and easels and stuff. I don't know. But that is the end of the year-by-year look, at least as I am aware of it. Provided by Wade. Thank you so much for sending that one in. Of course, you can do the same. You just go to geoguessr.ml, put in your 5 locations. It gives you a link that you send me over a private message on YouTube. And I will add you to the list and get you played on the channel. For now, that's it. Wade, again, thank you for sending that one in. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. If you did, click the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated to everything that happens. And until next time, cheers.